கேட்டார், நீங்கள் யாருண்ணா எல்லாம் உங்களோட படம் எடுத்தாங்க அப்படின்னாங்க. நான் சொன்னேன், நீங்கள் இன்ஃப்ளூயன்சர் அப்படின்னாங்க. நான் சொன்னேன், இல்லைங்க நான் வந்து இன்ஃப்ளூயன்சர், ஏன்னா நான் ஆண்டர்பிரினர்ஷிப்பை பற்றி பேசுகிறேன், அதனால நான் இன்ஃப்ளூயன்சர் அப்படின்னு சொன்னேன். So thank you so much. So what I do is, people call me as an influencer, but I'm an influencer. I speak about entrepreneurship. Why? Because I want to democratize entrepreneurship. I want to go and talk to each and every student out there in colleges, in government schools. Because growing up in my journey, I did not know about the word entrepreneurship. Now, Tamil and English, so some of the audience may not understand, but I will try to do as much in English. Growing up as a child, I never knew the spelling of entrepreneurship, and I did not know what the word entrepreneur meant. So, fortunately, what happened was, in my journey, as I continued to grow, at some point in time, I got into entrepreneurship, and very late in my stage during my college is when I actually got to know. But the most important thing is, when I went to the US in '97, my kids grew up in the US. When they were in elementary school, they had the opportunity to learn about entrepreneurship in elementary school, and that's why I got this nuances about what entrepreneurship is about when the kids are setting up lemonade stand in the elementary school. Then I thought, you know what? Why are we in India thinking about the services mindset? In the last century, we've become a services mindset overall as a country, and that is when I thought, you know what? I want to democratize entrepreneurship. And through my experiences, the simple experiences, what I've heard, what I've learned over a period of time, I go about talking to every school, every college about my experiences, my learnings, as a result of which we can inspire the students from schools and colleges. And thankfully, you see right now, India is a hub for startups. And Tamil Nadu is like right there on top in terms of the overall number of startups. In fact, I see an amazing ecosystem which is right here in Dubai, in UAE, in the startup community. Exciting times. I think this is one of the most exciting times what we are currently living in. So, in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to share a couple of stories about my journey, where I started from, and I want to talk a little bit about how it weaves in, how life comes to a full circle. In the essence of time, I had this whole event. What we do is like an hour-long event. We call it the Journey of Awesomeness. But we don't have an hour-long event. But I'm going to talk to you in about 10 minutes and share some nuggets about what transpired in this particular journey. How does life come to full circle? Today I was driving with the driver. His name is Praveen. He's from Kerala. He's a Malayali, and he was driving me down. In the last couple of days, I've lived in Dubai. And when I was driving down, I was asking him, what do you do as a full-time profession? He said, I'm a driver. And I was asking him, where are your kids? He said, my kids are in India, in Kerala, and that's where they are. So have they visited you? He said, probably in the last 14 years they have visited once, but I get about a month off, and I go every month back to Kerala. And that immediately I thought life has come to a full circle for me. Because my dad was a driver, and in Bahrain. This is in '71. We were born in poverty. My mom and dad, I'm the last in the family, and the sixth kid in the family, the only kid to go to an English medium school because they couldn't afford. And my dad fortunately had this job to become a driver in the Middle East. And as a result of which our entire fortune turned around. Growing up, being a driver, he was able to give us one important gift, which is the gift of education for all the kids. Thank you. And he gave me that opportunity to go to an Anglo-Indian school, which I studied in Campion and Trichy. That's where you get this communication from. But what an amazing opportunity. What Middle East, what UAE and Middle East as a region has given. And I thought, this is a full circle of life moment for me, because from my entire childhood, growing up, because my dad was employed in the UAE, because the country gave that opportunity, because it turned the economic fortune for our family, I got the gift of education. I got to study engineering. I got to go to the US. I got to start my entrepreneurial journey. And through the entrepreneurial journey, we created opportunities for people globally. UAE is one of the countries where we are creating opportunities with 3 offices in Sharjah, in Dubai, and in UAE. How cool that opportunity is. Entrepreneurship is the way to really transform the lives of people. And what the Middle East region has provided for my family is a full life cycle moment. So I'll talk quickly a little bit about. First, I wanted to celebrate this moment, what I learned today, traveling with that particular driver and what this country has given me. So thank you to this whole country for the opportunities, what you have created for my family, and for all these amazing individuals. Each and every one of them, it's a land of immigrants. For each and every one of you, the opportunity this land has created is incredible, and I think we got to be forever filled with forever gratitude for everything what you all have given. Through my entire journey, I've never had the gift of being spectacular in my educational credentials. Studying in schools and colleges, failed miserably. Did my 4-year education in about 7 years when I completed my engineering. So, never had great educational credentials. Never worked for any large corporation. Always worked only for small businesses. As a result of that, when I started working for small businesses, one of the key things what small businesses have is the mindset to grow exponentially, which they do not have. Honorable Dr. Mr. Mano was talking about how networking plays a very, very important or a crucial role in entrepreneurial success. I'll talk through that just for a second. There are close to about 30,000 companies in the United States in technology staffing. I do see a lot of companies in technology staffing. Out of 30,000 companies, there are 27,000 companies who have crossed about $25 million in revenue. 27,000. That's all it is. The rest of the companies, so there's about 3,000 companies who have crossed over, there's about 700 companies who have crossed over 25 million in 30,000. So there is about 300 companies who are left out who have crossed the 100 million mark. In that, there is hardly one Tamil company, and that Tamil company is us. We rank 154th largest fastest growing staffing firm in the US and 41st largest staffing company as a Tamil company. Why? That is just because pure play, we undermine networking. And one of my key recommendations for each and every one of you, this is the first step. You've showed up for this particular event, you've got to build the art of networking. We are there in almost every other large technology conference or large summit. So I want you to take the next step of being there at GITEX, being there in the forefront, and develop the art of networking. Something very, very important. Now I want to go back to my entrepreneurial journey, and I just want to give one last pointer in terms of how you can grow your business. The rest of the conversation, we are going to have it as soon as we step out of this particular arena and when we are having dinner. So, when I started my entrepreneurial journey, I'd never worked for the largest firm whom I'd worked for is a $7 million firm. 7 million, it's a relatively very, very small firm. The opportunity what I got to work for, the first firm in the US was that. Right after college, I worked in India for about 3 years. Following that, I got an opportunity to work with a firm in the US. Joined that particular firm. This is in '97. And I was telling those entrepreneurs, and outsourcing was just at the early stages. And I went back to these entrepreneurs, and I told them they were setting up back office facilities in their own countries where they came from, or cities where they came from, Hyderabad and Chennai and many different places. And I was telling them, Trichy has an incredible potential. There is close to about 100 educational institutions in Trichy, and why would you not create opportunities in Trichy or open your back office operations? So I tried convincing my first employer, went to the next employer. 2000, I joined the next employer, worked for the next employer. Again, it's a $7 million firm, and I was trying to convince them back up for their back office operations, and they just did not pay attention at all. And then what happened was this 9/11 happened. I was almost about to lose my job. Making $80,000 salary, went down to $2,000, continued to struggle in the US, but make sure there were only 2 employees retained. I had that immense opportunity to learn the business, grew that business from a $2 million to a $22 million business. At that particular point in time, I was trying to still convince them that Trichy is the place where you got to invest. They said no. That is when I decided, you know what, if I'm not going to make the move, nobody's going to make the move. 2007, December 14, I quit a $250,000 job, decided to start my own firm, and in the last 17 years, we have been operational in Trichy for 13 years. In the last 17 years, we grew this company from a one person to over 4,000 people, operating in 10 countries. Operating currently in 6 different brands. You have VDOT, which does talent management. We have Demio, which does services. We have Vouch, which is a mass transit product in digital identity, which is creating waves. If you're driving one of the automobiles and you're using your phone, probably you're one of our consumers. We've gone into digital marketing in various different spaces. But the most important thing, what we did was investing in Trichy. In the last 13 years, just in Trichy, we became the largest employer in IT and IT-enabled services, hiring over 10,000 people in the last 13 years. 10,000. 6,400 were freshers. In the last 13 years, just in Trichy, we said we will not open in Chennai, we will not open in Coimbatore, we will not open in Madurai, we will be committed only to Trichy. Why? Because I am from Trichy. Right? And we are proud of Trichy. We are proud of microeconomy. Where we came from, we want to create an economic and a social impact. In the last 13 years, we have invested 1,700 crore rupees just in Trichy. Just in Trichy. That is the game changer. Now, I want you to connect the dots with the $1 trillion economy. I was just recently at the Imagine conference speaking about the same topic. If we have to get to the $1 trillion economy, we want to be a part of the $1 trillion economy, and we want to ride the wave, and we want to create an economic impact in UAE. The way to do that would be go back to your roots. Your acres of diamonds are from where you came from. Namakkal, Pudukkottai, Erode, Kanyakumari, wherever you are from, the remotest village, right? You could be doing any work. Like I've seen amazing entrepreneurs out here who are doing various different kinds of businesses. You're all in different kinds of oil, gas, shipping, this, that, many other businesses, what you're doing. The way I want you to think about it is, every job, there is labor arbitrage. That is one of the reasons offshoring, outsourcing, all of that happens. That is labor arbitrage. Today, with the capabilities of AI and Gen AI, what you have is every opportunity, every job you can have it done at a fraction of the cost by a college student, a school student, somebody out there in the village. All I want you to do is, if you are from a remote village, if you have started a business, you can create a 5,000 rupee job. 5,000 ரூபாய்க்கு யாருக்காவது வேலை கேட்கணும், right? 2,000 ரூபாய், 3,000 ரூபாய், ஒரு காலேஜ் ஸ்டூடெண்ட், ஒரு internship. Can we create one internship in your own city? And I will be more than happy to give you the blueprint. This year alone, for the size of the organization, what we are, right? We have created over 4,000 jobs. We hire close to about 550 interns because we believe giving opportunities to the college students right out of college is the way, and that is what we are doing in UAE. We are tying up with every other college and university in UAE to create that entry-level talent, providing them with internship opportunities so that they can be absorbed into the larger market space. So, if I have to conclude my speech right now, I will tell you 3 things. 1, I want you to go out there, be audacious, don't think small. சின்னதை யோசிக்காதீங்க. 1 கோடி கம்பெனி பண்ணணும் சரி, பண்ண 1000 கோடியில விளையாடணும். 1000 கோடி, 2000 கோடி, think about that. Coming from Trichy, a person like me who had no grading, இவ்வளோ சப்ஜெக்ட்ல ஃபெயில் ஆகி எங்க அம்மா நொந்து போயிட்டாங்க. 21 அரியரை வச்சு 7 வருஷத்துல டிகிரி முடிச்சவன்னா என்னால இது பண்ண முடியும்னா உங்களால பண்ண முடியாது. You are all super intelligent folks. You can do it. So the way I want you to think about it is, I want you to think incredibly audacious. Tamil makkal வந்து we are second to none. We are warriors. We will go and do that. We will make it happen. That's the way I want you to think. Have that audacity and huge courage to say that I'm going to do this. Do good for this region. UAE நீங்க ஆபரேட் பண்றீங்க, think about how you can create opportunities within UAE and how you can create opportunities. Microeconomics playing in your piece of the land, which is being a part of the $1 trillion economy. That's the second aspect. And the third aspect is go network, be audacious in networking, connect with people left, right, and center, and things will happen. The magic will fall in place. So, in closing, this is what I want to tell you. If I can do it, you can do it, anybody can do it. So, press on! Thank you.